Hello guys, welcome to my channel Classic D, and in this channel we're gonna talk about LLB subjects, concepts of various topics in law. So in a series of lectures I'll be dealing with today definition of Indian Evidence Act. When I say definition, so two definition today I will deal, and which bears an important part of Indian Evidence Act 1872. So today's two definition which we will deal are fact and facts and issue. Okay, what is fact and why facts and issue? These are two definitions which are very important. Okay, so in section 3 interpretation clause, just after the definition of court there is fact. Okay, so what is fact and what is fact and issue? So just remember, fact and issue, these two definition, in both the definition only difference in the name wise is in fact and issue it has in issue. Okay, so before going to the definition part, before reading the definition session, I'm gonna say that, for example, if I say that I have an issue with my friend and I'm not talking with him, so I have my friend and I have issue with him. So just remember, fact and facts and issue. So in the Indian Evidence Act, it basically what it does, it evaluate evidence. Okay, in the court of law, it evaluate, it give importance, and it discard irrelevant evidence and accept relevant relevant proof or evidence. So fact and facts and issue. So what is fact? Just go through the definition. What is fact? Fact means and includes, okay, it means and includes anything, state of thing or relation of things capable of being perceived by the senses, any mental condition of which any person is conscious. Okay, anything, state of thing or relation of thing capable of being perceived by the senses. When I say perceived by the senses means you can see by the senses. So what are the senses? So you can touch and feel, you can hear, you can see. Okay, anything, state of things, relation of things capable of being perceived by the sense. When I say anything, this is the best example. Anything we are looking right now, Indian Definition Act, the Bare Act. Anything, and it has a state. It is in solid. This is solid. It's a book. It has volume and mass. Okay, this has volume and mass. Look, anything, state of things, and it is capable of being perceived by senses. I can touch. Okay, I can press, and I know that this thing exists. This book exists in front of you. Okay, Indian Evidence Act. And if I turn the pages, and we have a pen. See, this is a pen, and this exists. This is a fact. Okay, anything, state of thing, relation of things being capable of perceived by the senses. So this is clear. So this is fact. Okay, any mental condition of which any person is conscious. Yes, any mental condition of which any person is conscious. When I say mental condition, okay, and you're conscious of that thing, any mental condition which a person is conscious, human being, and we have consciousness. Okay, and that too any mental condition. If I say I feel something good about you, yes, you're good. and I have an opinion about you. That's the mental condition I say. I have an opinion about you. You're good, you're bad. Okay, I'm good, I'm bad. So mental condition. Any mental condition of which any person is conscious. Okay, so fact perceived by senses. You touch and go this book, and if I turn the pages, it has a pen. So these are fact. This is fact. Now come to the illustration part. Okay, just go. That there are certain objects arranged in a certain order in a certain place is a fact. That there are certain objects arranged in a certain order in a certain place is a fact. The man heard or saw something is a fact. That a man said certain words is a fact. That a man holds a certain opinion, has a certain intention, acts in good faith or fraudulently, or uses a particular word in a particular sense, or each or was at a specified time conscious of a particular sensation is a fact. That a man has a certain reputation is a fact. So the very first illustration you see that there are certain objects arranged in a certain order in a certain place is a fact. Just remember the days of your classroom. Okay, you know that you have the blackboard or the whiteboard in your classroom, and where you know where the chalks are there, the chalks are arranged. You remember the switchboard of your classroom. It has switch, it has fan, it has lights, everything. Those are arranged in a certain order. Okay, so those are facts. Arranged in a certain order in a certain place is a fact. That a man heard or saw something is a fact. I no need to explain the second illustration, I guess. Third one, that a man said certain words is a fact. Even that is pretty easy to understand. That a man said certain words is a fact. Yes, you say something, you heard something, this is a fact. That a man holds a certain opinion and certain intention, acts in good faith or fraudulently, or uses particular word in a particular sense, or each or was at a specified time conscious of particular sensation is a fact. When I say the man holds a certain opinion, yes, you hold opinion about me, that may be good, that may be bad. Okay, but you hold a certain opinion. And it has certain intention, yes. We're human beings and we have intention, certain intention, and sometimes we act in good faith or fraudulently, or we use particular word in a particular sense. Yes, for different topic, different situation, we use particular word in particular sense, or each or was at a specified time conscious of a particular sensation. In fact, yes, these are self-explanatory. The E, that a man has a certain reputation is a fact. Yes, the man has a certain reputation is a fact. Yes, he bears good position in society. Okay, people regard him, so that is a reputation. So here I complete the fact. Now come to facts and issue. When I say facts and issue, so the the illustration which I did, or the things which I said, these are fact. So when I say facts and issue, there is issue in these facts. Okay, whatever example we read in illustration or whatever I said, these are facts, and we're gonna find issue in those facts. Okay, in these facts or those facts or examples, the illustration, we're gonna find issue, then that is fact and issue. So now just go through the section what it speaks. Fact and issue. The expression fact and issue means and includes, yes, it means and it includes any fact from which either by itself or in connection with other facts. Yes, any fact from which either by itself or in connection with other. Any fact. Take an example, take illustration, whatever I have said, or you take your live example and that you make them as a fact. And now those facts itself are in connection with other facts. Now you're going to talk about the fact's existence, non-existence, nature or extent of any right, liability or disability asserted or denied in any suit or proceedings necessarily follows. Okay, so those facts, okay, facts by itself or in connection with those facts, their existence, their non-existence and nature, okay, their existence, non-existence, nature or extent of any right, liability or disability of those facts are asserted and denied. Okay, asserted and denied where in any sort of suit or proceedings necessarily follows. So when those facts are laid before the court of law, okay, so their existence, non-existence, nature, right, their liability and disability are asserted and denied in any suit or proceedings. Okay, in any suit or proceedings, in suit or in proceedings, you laid down what facts to the court of law. Okay, so when you lay down those facts and issue comes from those facts, okay, issue comes from those facts. Now the court assert or deny, either court can assert or deny those facts in issue in any suit or proceedings. So their existence is questioned, their non-existence is even questioned, nature, their right, liability and disability. Okay, so that can be either asserted or denied in any court of, in any issue or in proceedings necessarily follows. So when I say fact and fact in issue, facts in issue, facts in issue, in those facts you will find issues. Okay, now go to the explanation what it speaks. Whenever under the provision of the law for the time being in force relating to civil procedure, any court records an issue of fact, the fact to be asserted or denied in answer to such issue is a fact and issue. Okay, when under the provision of law for the time being in force relating to civil procedure. So in the fact and issue, the word used asserted or denied in any suit or proceedings. So in court, in civil procedure, any court records an issue of fact. The fact to be asserted or denied in the answer to such issue is a fact and issue. So people who have read civil procedure code may be clear about what it speaks in the explanation. Although in the next class I will speak about this explanation particularly. For time being, I would like to stop. Okay. Next come the illustration. Why fact and issue? What's fact and issue? A is accused of the murder of B. At his trial, the following facts may be an issue: that A caused B's death, that A intended to cause B's death, that A had received grave and sudden provocation from B, that A at the time of doing the fact which caused B's death was by reason of unsoundness of mind, incapable of knowing its nature. So for example, an offense, okay, in this illustration, a murder. In that murder, someone has killed someone. For example, A killed B. So why A killed B? What are his intention? And what is the weapon A used in killing B? whether A at the time of doing the act which caused B's death was by the reason of unsoundness of mind, incapable of knowing its nature. So the reason why A has killed B, what exactly was running in his mind when the offense was committed. So these are facts and issue. Okay, thank you.